Hello everyone, welcome to my channel.
Today, we have summarized the top 10 Brazilian romance movies you must watch from 2011 to 2019.
So, let's get started the list. Number 1. Sangue do Meu Sangue. Director, João Canijo. The single Marcia lives with her daughter Andrea, son Joka and sister Ivete in the suburbs of Lisbon. One day Andrea confesses to her mother that she has fallen in love with Vieira, one of the teachers. He is already married and also a lot older than Andrea. Marcia has no intention of letting it run its course and will stop at nothing to end the relationship. Number 2. Casa Grande. Director, Felipe Barbosa. 17-year-old Jean grows up in an upscale neighborhood of Rio de Janeiro, where he lives in a huge house with his younger sister and parents. Of course they have staff, a driver and 2 housekeepers. Jean is in the last year of high school. He has to choose a field of study and is busy with girls, appearance and going out. As it should be. Dark clouds gather over that orderly, elite world when it turns out that father has almost run out of money. Number 3. Real Beleza. Director, Jorge Furtado. The story of Joa, a photographer who looks for potential model candidates in cities in the interior of Rio Grande do Sul to relaunch his career. After many tests, he meets a young girl of rare beauty, Maria, but she does not show up for the second stage of the tests. While Joa tries to find her out of the city, he meets Anita, her middle-aged mother, who informs him that her husband, Pedro, does not want her to leave her studies and become a model. Number 4. Boi Neon. Director, Gabriel Mascaro. Irimar works at the Vaquejadas, a rodeo in northeastern Brazil, where 2 men on horseback try to take down a bull by grabbing it by the tail. It is dusty and hard work to feed, prepare and care for the bulls. He lives with his colleagues in the truck that transports those bulls to the shows. Together they form a close family. But Brazil and the Northeast are changing and the thriving garment industry is bringing new ambitions to Irimar. Number 5. Falakomigo. Director, Felipe Shaw. The story of Diogo is 17 and lives with his mother in Rio de Janeiro. He is still in school and his mother is a psychotherapist. Diogo likes to call his mother's patients after school and satisfy himself during such a conversation. When he calls Angela, 43, she thinks he is her ex-husband. When she finds out that it is Diogo who keeps calling her, she is furious, but she is also caressed by the attention he gives her. Diogo shows her the way to a new future and she teaches him to become more independent. Number 6. Aquarius. Director, Kleber Mendonça Filho. Clara, an elderly widow and retired music critic, lives in Aquarius, an original 1940s 2-story apartment building in Recife, Brazil. Clara comes from a wealthy and traditional family and promises to live in the apartment until her death. This decision frustrates a company that has acquired all the neighboring apartments and wants to use the plot for their own purposes. Clara finds herself in a cold war with the company and refuses to give up her position. Number 7. Vergel. Director, Chris Nicholson. A Brazilian couple's vacations get interrupted when the husband dies. While in mourning, the woman runs into a complicated bureaucracy when funeral procedures, heat and a neighbor that comes to water the plants come together in an emotional journey where it is impossible to distinguish the real from the unreal. Number 8. Abaixo e Gravidade. Director, Edgar Navarro. Bene is an old man who lives peacefully in a remote rural village. He is fully integrated into the community and he has made great progress in his spiritual quest. Fond of the simple things he learned in his many years of solitude in the countryside, Bene is susceptible to Cupid's erratic arrows and becomes an easy target for a love that will bring him back to the big city. Number 9. Divino Amor. Director, Gabriel Mascaro. In a Brazil where the evangelical church has been integrated into all aspects of daily life, divine love accompanies the journey of a 42-year-old woman who uses her position in a notary's office to advance her mission to save struggling couples from divorce. Whilst waiting for a sign in recognition of her efforts, she is confronted with a crisis in her own marriage that ultimately brings her closer to God.
Number 10. Vida Invisível.
Director, Karim Ainous. Set in 1950s Rio de Janeiro, the film revolves around two sisters, living restricted lives with their conservative parents. However, each nourishes a passionate dream. Eurydice of becoming a renowned pianist, Gita of finding love. In a dramatic turn of events, they are separated and forced to live apart. They take control of their destinies, while never giving up hope of finding one another.